how'd you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the candy man. Don't get strung up by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover.
Spinny chair, new cell phone, and a spinny chair. Spinny chair. Now that we have that out of the way, hi everybody, this is Jerry. It's Saturday, and welcome to Askapansexual. This week's topic is, of course, lesser-known genders and sexualities. Now, of course, the first genders that we learn about are male and female. And as children, we know about cisgendered male and cisgendered female. As we dig a little deeper, we find that there are males that are born in female bodies, and there are females born into male bodies. And these are, of course, our friends, the transsexual people. Then, as we dig a little deeper, we find out there are people who identify as both male and female, and at certain times, somewhere in between. And these are, of course, our friends, the bigendered, the gender fluid, and the gender queer. Then, of course, as we dig even further, we find out that there are people who don't have a gender identity. They don't identify as male, as female, or anything really. They are. These are, of course, our friends, the agendered. Then, of course, we go into the topic of sexuality, and as children, the first sexuality that we find out about is heterosexuality. Of course, that being, as everyone knows, physical attraction to the opposite sex. Then we find out about homosexuality, physical attraction to the same sex. And after that, we find out about bisexuality. And if you're like one of us here at Askapansexual, you find out about pansexuality. Bisexuality, of course, is physical attraction to males and females. Pansexuality is physical attraction to people regardless of their gender identity or their physical sex. There's also, of course, polysexuality, which is similar to pansexuality in some respects, where polysexuals, they are attracted to people outside of the gender binary, but not all. For example, a polysexual person can, just as a quick example, like male cisgendered people, female cisgendered people, transsexual males, and genderqueer people, but maybe not transsexual females. For whatever reason, then, again, that's perfectly fine, because that is their preference. That is their sexual preference, and that's just a part of who they are. And then, of course, we get into asexuality, which is not having a sexual attraction to anyone, really. And just because, and let's just get some common misconceptions out of the way, just because someone is asexual does not mean that they are celibate. They can have sex if they so choose, just as you and I have sex as we choose. It's all a personal preference. The two are not mutually exclusive. Then, of course, there is romantic attraction. Romantic attraction is just what it sounds. It's a romantic attraction from one person to another. And there are all different kinds of romantic attraction. As I said, there's hetero, homo, bi, pan, poly, and aromantic. Aromanticism is the one that I want to get into in more detail because you already know what all the other romantic attractions are because of the prefix word. Now, aromanticism is not having a romantic attraction to anyone, any gender, just nope, no romantic attraction. And that, again, it's perfectly okay because these are all personal preferences. As I've said before, it is never okay to come down on somebody or to make fun of them or to be hurtful or mean or anything like that to somebody just because of either their sexual attraction or their romantic attraction. Who a person wants to be with or doesn't want to be with, it's all up to them. It is their choice. They make the decision, and at the end of the day, the person that has to be okay with that decision is them and not you. If you're okay with the decision, beautiful. If not, oh well. It is not on them to have to explain to you or get your permission. It is their decision. It is their life, really. Who they want to be with or who they don't want to be with, that is all up to them. Now, I know this was rather cut and dry video, well, except for the first two parts, but I like it. But if you feel that I've left anything out, left any gender identity or sexuality out, or anything like that, please just let me know in the comments section. Let me know what you feel. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions, or anything like that, just let me know in the comments section. Let us know at the Askapansexual Tumblr, which is going to be linked below. We also, of course, have our email, askapansexual@gmail.com. You can always send us a message there. We will be more than happy to answer it over there if you would rather be private or anything like that. But again, we of course have many ways to be reached. At any rate, this is Jerry. This has been Askapansexual. Have a great day.